Hello, friends. Okay, so I have a handful of things that I've come up with that I wanted to talk about very, very briefly. Um, and these are just things to add to what we're working with already. Thank you so much for the people that have commented on my last video. I love conversing with you. Usually it's the same group of girls and two guys, Chad and Richard, Christian, Books, Boys, and such. And then, we have all the regular girls, Stephanie, Sarah, Thrifty Beauty, and a few others, Olivia, Ellie. So I appreciate all you guys. So here's the thing. Remember Peter Hastings' gun was stolen? I'm starting to think that maybe that was his gun. It looked like his gun. I mean, obviously they probably used the same props for the show, but was it made to look like his gun on purpose? I don't know. Something is so up with the Hastings. And somebody else said, which is very smart, I believe that was Sarah. She said that, in the flashback, sorry, I just have a knot in my hair and I cannot deal with this. In the flashback, they say, never turn your back on a Hastings. Mrs. De Laurentiis said that. And if you think about it, Jason actually is a Hastings. Peter is his father, and, he just maintained that name. So, yeah. The clothing that Ashley saw in that bag is the clothing that Cece was wearing at the police station. I don't know if you guys noticed that. I went back and pulled that up, and that's the outfit. So obviously that suitcase that Mrs. De Laurentiis gave was to Cece. Where the heck is Mr. De Laurentiis? And obviously so. I mean, he's been very angry at the girls. He's acted out like in rage in the times that we've seen him. And could it be him that did all this stuff? I mean, we're thinking so obviously like, oh, it was Jason and his mom's going to protect him because it's her son. But do you ever think that maybe she's protecting her husband? Or she's protecting Mr. Hastings, her lover, Toby. Toby is so suspicious to me. He had to go to London to, tell them Allie's alive or whatever else. Their cell phones, right? And I understand they said for the finale, they did that because during the time that they filmed, he had a play to be in, and they continued to film, so they just wrote him out of the script. I don't know if it was convenient for them because they want us to think that it's Toby and he would have been in the finale a different way or not. So take that as you will. Why didn't Allie suspect Mona? My thought is that Mona was actually in Radley that summer, that all that stuff happened and started, and that's why she wasn't on her radar, and that's why she trusted her so much. It's just really suspicious to me that, hello, Mona's a creep, she has a lair about you. Then we hear both Ian and Ezra say that they never had sex with her, but she thought she was pregnant. So I think Beach Hottie is Wilden. I really do. Paige, I've talked about this in the comments with you guys. I've been suspicious of Paige. I don't know if she was the A that we saw, but I've always been suspicious. She's always been very jealous of Emily's friend. She does strange things. She does very sketchy things. She deletes things from Emily's phone. She tells the cops that Ellie's alive. The girls suggested when they first met her, remember when they went through her purse way back when? They suspected her. And I remember Cece said that the person that Allie feared the most was Paige. Just telling you. Okay. Remember how Spencer they always show the scene, and Spencer always says that when during that night she came running in and I can't find her anywhere, and all I heard was a scream. Now they didn't show us that scene in the finale, okay? And I don't know if that's what happened after she said, go sleep it off, Spencer, go sleep it off. That's what happened, but she wasn't dead then. So when did that happen, and was she really asleep? Why did they tell her that she really was asleep? Because what they've shown us before is not connecting. And also, when I said in the finale, I forgot to say that she did meet up with Toby or she talked to Toby. We saw Toby calling her, and she did talk about how Toby thanked her, and that's what the Free at Last tattoo is. It's free at last because he got to escape Jenna. There's no Garrett and Jenna scene. Remember, we've seen that in the past. Garrett and Jenna meeting with her. That never comes into play. I don't know if they don't show us that because we already know it, or if Garrett and Jenna actually made that up. Marlene King says we have seen the Black Widow, or the Lady in Black with the veil, without a costume on this season. So when I went into, I totally forgot to do this before I started taping, but you guys don't mind that I ramble when I do this. I wanted to go onto IMDb and put in Pretty Little Liars, and pretty much we're gonna get a list of women that have been in this season. Meredith hasn't been in this season, right, guys? Okay, what if it's Maggie? Can you imagine? Wow, I didn't realize Pretty Little Liars has been on since 2010. I didn't start watching it till the third season started. I've said this before. I watched the first 2 seasons on DVD right in a row, and then I started watching it. Here we go, full cast and crew. Okay, so we have... Oh man, I don't know half these people. Who's Arlene Sanford? Arlene Sanford. See, it doesn't tell us. Oh, that's directed. Okay, here we go. So obviously all the girls. Allie. Ella Montgomery. Mona. Jenna. Melissa Hastings. Veronica Hastings. Paige McCullers. Pam Fields was not in this season, I don't think. So she's not a person. It's not Maya. Jessica De Laurentiis, Cece Drake, Shauna. Now, what if it's her? But her skin, I'm not racist in any ways. My boyfriend's half black. But her skin, we can pretty much point her out of that, right? God, I still wanted to be Dr. Sullivan, but she wasn't in this season. Maggie Cutler. Meredith wasn't in this one. That Kate girl wasn't in this season. That's about it. Pretty sure. I'm just double checking here. Dr. Sandy, who the heck's that? There's a lot of actors out here, guys. I don't know if you guys have ever looked at the IMDb Pretty Little Liars, but it tells you how many episodes they've been in, like the characters. So yeah, there's not many options when it comes to it, who it is. Oh, Ashley Marin. I still want to think that it's Ashley Marin or Melissa. I don't think it's Cece. Cece is small, but she's not tiny, if that makes sense. Anyways, the last thing is somebody posted about this. I actually was going to talk about this. The book that he was reading, Tender as the Night, is an F. Scott Fitzgerald book. This is not a new thing. Ezra's character, Fitzgerald, his last name, he's talked about books like that all the time. And I've always liked F. Scott Fitzgerald, his books, Farewell to Arms and books like that. His wife is mentally ill, and she has schizophrenia, which I feel like Mona has, but I don't necessarily believe that Arya does. I feel like she has more of a personality disorder. But somebody pointed out Olivia Exo something. I wish I could remember. I'm sorry, Olivia. Please comment below, and then people click her name and then subscribe to her because she has really cool theories. She posted that F. Scott Fitzgerald's wife was born in Montgomery, Alabama. So I thought that was a really crazy connection. Also, when Allie was talking about go see Vivian and Mandy, I think she said, at the boutique and at the makeup counter, those are actually the stylists and the makeup artists, the Pretty Little Liars, and that was their way to thank them, which I thought that was really cool too. So those are just some of my ideas and ramblings. There'll be more, trust me, as I dig deeper and try to think now that the show is off and I can catch up. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.